trying to do is tell the story of Peter Parker, coming to terms with the sacrifices that he has to make to become the hero that we all imagine he would be.
It's a story about pride, and it's a story about redemption and forgiveness.
It's just an epic saga, so we wanted to think, what's the next step? Do something that was surprising but inevitable.
There's so many twists and turns, and that's what's great about this movie.
Movie one gave us an opportunity to meet Peter Parker, see what destiny had in for him.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And number two, we looked at, well, what happens when that mantle becomes a little bit too heavy to keep carrying around and you walk away from it?
I'm Spider-Man, no more.
Well, at the end of the last movie, Peter Parker got sort of everything he'd wanted. He's got the girl, the city loves him, he's kind of on top of the world, and it fills him with pride.
Go get him, Tiger.
Spider-Man 3 is a continuation of the story of Peter Parker. He's forced to confront his prideful self.
Everything is going very well for him. He's getting recognition as somebody who's helping his community as Spider-Man. The glory and kind of attention that he's receiving is starting to stir up his own ego and his own sense of importance. Peter and MJ are both very young. Peter thinks he's ready to ask MJ to marry him. I'm gonna ask MJ to marry me.
A man has to put his wife before himself. Can you do that, Peter?
Yeah, I think I can.
Peter has, great success. Spider-Man's being heralded, so Peter's not there as much for her as she'd like him to be. His career is the main focus of their relationship, and so she's kind of pushed aside.
I'm worried about you.
What do you mean? I'm fine.
Everybody needs help sometimes, Peter. Even Spider-Man.
He's not really paying attention, and not really communicating well, and not really listening to MJ and what she's going through.
You want to push me away?
Why would I want to push you away? I love you.
He does have his friendship with Harry kind of hanging over his head, and the truth of what happened with Harry's dad that he's withholding.
At the end of Spider-Man 2, Harry has learned the awful truth about his friend and his father. This movie is out for revenge.
He took me away from you.
You know what you must do.
Harry.
You knew this was coming, Pete.
Listen to me. I didn't kill your father.
What's with you guys, anyway?
It's complicated.
Hate those things.
Peter's thinking really highly of himself, and he's kind of inviting this energy onto him.
Revenge is like a poison that can take us over. And before you know it, it can turn you into something ugly.
The suit, where'd this come from?
The power. It feels good.
Once it attaches itself to you, it enhances those kind of darker qualities of somebody's character.
This substance amplifies aggression.
It seems to like you.
Peter Parker finds out Flint Marko is actually the man responsible for Uncle Ben's death.
We have some new information. This is your uncle's actual killer. We lost his trail 2 days ago.
He's a guy he's spent a number of years in prison, but then he breaks out of prison.
This man killed my uncle, and he's still out there.
So he goes after Flint Marko, a.k.a. Sandman, with a different kind of vengeance in his heart.
Remember Ben Parker?
What does it matter to you anyway?
Everything.
Whoa.
Spidey, love the new outfit.
I play Eddie Brock. Eddie's very similar to Peter Parker in the sense that they both work at the Daily Bugle. They're both striving for the same job. On the outside, Eddie's probably a slicker individual.
It's Brock, sir. Edward Brock, Jr. I come before you today, humbled and humiliated, to ask you for one thing. I want you to kill Peter Parker.
Eddie Brock is trying to step on Peter to get what he wants at the Bugle, and so Peter's got to fight for his own place there.
He's forced to confront those absences of character, to overcome these obstacles and truly become a hero.
Even if his actions or his behavior get away from him a little bit, he's still responsible for his actions.
I need your help. I have to stop it.